So I tell you what, let's talk about something we probably agree on: gun rights.
Gun rights, yes.
So what do you think about the Second Amendment?
I love it.
Should be infringed upon?
No.
To what degree?
Any degree.
Any degree.
Shall not be infringed.
Okay, well, let me play devil's advocate, okay?
Right,
Because this is not my view, but I'm sure I have a very similar view to you, right, on guns. But, all right, so if your argument is that it's for protection, the Second Amendment was for protection in case someone infringed on the First Amendment, the government, in case the government comes for you. Well, the government has nukes.
Government does.
So should we have nukes?
I mean, somebody named Jeff has a nuke. I saw that on a survey the other day.
Somebody named Jeff?
It's somebody somewhere has one nuke, but also the United States government, they're preaching weapons control and gun control. They have lost 6 nuclear weapons over the past 50 years.
Yeah, that's not good.
Not at all.
Yeah, and that's good. You're deflecting. But
I'm
so
not.
Going back to the question, should I, a citizen, have a nuclear weapon?
I mean, probably not, but I'm not going to say you don't have the right to.
Okay, so you're sort of skirting it.
I think it would be cost prohibitive for most people to own a nuclear weapon.
Yes.
But I also think the nuclear power is like a huge direction that our country needs to be going in because it's the one pure
cleanest too,
energy,
isn't it? Yeah. So I am I guess I split the baby on the gun rights. I do believe that the Second Amendment and part of it based on, so look at the Declaration of Independence. The Declaration of Independence says the purpose of government is to protect our inalienable rights.
Right.
Well, and then inalienable means God-given rights. And so one of them is the right to bear arms. And to me, it's not a right to bear arms to go hunt. It's not a right to bear arms to do sport shooting. It's a right to bear arms to protect myself in case the government is stepping out against me and infringing upon my rights. Matter of fact, the Declaration of Independence says our founding fathers said that it's our duty to stand up to a government that's infringing on those rights. The government is there to serve the people, period. Now, does that mean that I think that we should have nuclear weapons? Personally, no, I don't think so. I think there is. I don't know that. If you think about the forefathers when they drafted that, did they anticipate that we would develop a weapon as destructive as the nuclear bomb? And I don't think so. But that doesn't mean that the intent wasn't for us to have weapons to protect ourselves. So does that mean that I think I shouldn't have an assault rifle? Well, first of all, most people, I just had this argument with another lawyer. I had another lawyer come up because of the shooting they had recently and just sat down by me in court, and she goes, "Do you think that people should have assault rifles?" And I was like, well, it depends. Because most people, when they say assault rifle, are referring to like an AR-15 or some platform that's a rifle. It's not a fully automatic machine gun,
right.
You know? I mean, you're infantry. You definitely know the difference. So that's a big frustration of mine. I have an AR-15. I literally went and shot it with my son Sunday, right? It's not a machine gun. It's basically a .22 is what it is. And yeah, so I think I should be able to have that. But fully automatic, sure. It's a waste of ammunition.
Right.
You know, use it for suppressive fire. That's about it. When I was in the
Army, I didn't carry a fully automatic weapon. I had single fire and 3-round burst.
Yeah.
Like that was it.
Yeah.
We had the squad assault weapons, but...
Yeah, but see, people don't understand on the full auto that I was on SWAT.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of, it's probably similar infantry tactics that you had that we trained in. But, you know, we had full auto more because we thought it was cool.
Fun, yeah.
It was cool to have full auto. We did rolling thunder drills and stuff a lot. But it's really suppressive fire. You can't hit anything while you're doing full auto. You know, but yeah, so that's kind of where I'm personally at on the Second Amendment thing. Yeah. So what about machine guns? Do you think they should have machine guns?
I mean, it was up till, when did the tax stamp act come out? I want to say it was the 80s.
I don't remember.
I'd have to look it up, but it's fairly recently that full automatic machine guns became illegal. So for the longest time, like you had the Thompson machine guns, it might have been in response to the mob back in the 40s.
Well, I think I may be wrong, but a Class 3, I think you can get like a Class 3 license, and I'm not sure that's full auto. Maybe it's the high capacity magazines I'm thinking about. There's a way to get higher capacity magazines, like bump stocks. Remember that was a big thing a couple years ago?
May 19th, 1986, the Firearm Owner Protection Act banned the transfer and weapons of machine guns.
And so you can't have them at all now?
But you can with the class.
If you get the classes, you got to apply for it. I mean, honestly, I'm kind of cool with that too. You know, like I'm fine with some regulation.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know that I don't want a 4-year-old to be walking around with a Thompson machine gun. You
Right.
know, like there needs to be regulation. I tell you another thing that kind of pisses me off, and you'll probably agree with this. I'm not saying that 18-year-olds should drink, but if an 18-year-old can pick a gun up and go defend this country, they should be able to drink a beer if they want to.
Yeah.
And that's very frustrating to me. So it either needs to be moved to 21 to serve in the military, or they need to move the drinking age to 18. It's ludicrous to me that they go risk their life, but they can't drink a beer.
Yeah.
That frustrates me
See, the
greatly.
problem with that is they'd lose a lot of the military's recruitment and retention because their target audience, unfortunately, is high schools.
Oh, sure.
So that, like, we can get into a whole discussion on the military and
Yeah.
unethics.
You know, my son is in the
unethical
Navy.
stuff. Yeah.
And he's enlisted, and he did the deferred entry program, and he did that to get in the SEAL program. And so he knew that if he was enlisted, he had 3 shots roll and potentially get 3 shots in it. Versus as an officer, he only gets 1. If he gets rolled, he's out. So he's in the Navy, and he's had a completely different shift in perspective now being in the military. He says it's one of the most unorganized organizations that he's ever seen. He's just shocked.
The military is one of the leading causes of turning to libertarians. I saw that the other day.
Huh.
So 50% of veterans are either independent affiliated as opposed to a Democrat or a Republican.